My name is Natalie Large, and I got involved with Mind Body Organics by Jessica and Jeremy. And they approached me a few times, and they were just so kind and so patient in presenting the oils. And because of their just sweetness, and that, you know, they let us sample and talk about the oils, I just felt like there was no pressure. And because of their just warmth, it made you just want to be a part of that. And so with that said, once I became part of the team, I just felt like it's all about the kind of service that Jessica and Jeremy give, and that is that they are there if you have any questions. And I think that's really important when you're starting a business or a company that you don't really know a whole lot about, that you want somebody to guide you, and they know how to guide you in a way where you can duplicate what they're doing. And so I felt like instead of signing up on, because there's so many different companies right now that are offering so many different products and things like that, and I want to be a part of it, especially as a mother that's trying to get back out into the market again. And I love that they offered something that literally is completely 100% duplicatable, and it's easy because I know that they're there for me. And so they offer something that's just a real comforting kind of space so that I can learn and feel confident in what I'm doing. I have had a little bit of an interesting time with essential oils. It started back in the 90s when my stepmother was sick with cancer, and we were spending a lot of time in Europe. And so back then, the oils over there, they were all organic. And so when we came back over here to the United States, I got back into essential oils. But what I didn't know was that they were adding synthetics. So I started with organic, and then I was using oils that were with added synthetics. And then when I learned about doTERRA, is that their products were 100% certified therapeutical grade. And so that's a completely different thing. So it's literally a difference between perfume and therapeutic products. So it's not even really the same as a lot of other essential oils that are available at most, like the health food stores. And so looking at it from a therapeutical standpoint, it made it just that much better. So it started with spending a lot of time out in Europe and going to the different spas. And it was really interesting because there would be different saunas with different temperatures and different oils. So like one room would be like 135 degrees with peppermint going, and then another room would be like 155 degrees with lavender, and then there'd be another room with eucalyptus. And you literally would go all around, and then you go get a foot soak with Epsom salt and frankincense for your skin. And so before you know it, you know, you're using like 10 oils for my first experience. But to be honest, for the first like decade of using essential oils, it was very specific. Like it was, you know, eucalyptus, lavender, and so eucalyptus you would use for like opening up, you know, your sinuses, and if you have a cold, and so that's usually used like for sauning or baths and things like that. And then for lavender specifically for calming. And so that's just something that you can, both of those things that you can use every day, and you can put a little bit on your pillow. So like if you're having some issues with breathing, you put eucalyptus on your pillow, you know, especially if you have kids, then your kids are breathing better, or you can put it in a diffuser. So eucalyptus and lavender have been my top two favorite. And then just from there, I just kept adding one to one, you know, just keep adding every day since then. And so literally on an average day, I will literally use 20 different essential oils at this point. Well, I mean, the experience was that my stepmother was sick, and so she was choosing all things natural. So the exact beginning of my essential oil experience actually came from someone being sick and searching for natural alternatives. And Europe is usually way ahead of us as far as any type of healing. And so, and my dad is in the natural healing industry, so my family gravitates toward that type of thing. And so for me specifically, 25 years ago, I became a vegetarian, and then just all things just sort of started falling into place. So vegetarian, but take it just one step farther and then go organic, and then even one step farther and start doing like 4 different cleanses a year for my own self. And so I chose in my 20s to just start being healthy at that time. And ever since then, it's just taken me on this amazing journey that's led me to this. And what I find amazing is I feel like as, I keep my diet clean and my life clean, that it's just literally a vibrational thing, and that just my vibration and my frequency is attracted to this, and it's just brought me to this. And so I've had a very interesting journey to get here. And, sometimes, along the way, you have a lot of things that are happening that you don't really understand why this isn't working or this is working, but it's not working good enough. And so you just keep finding your way, and then you get to that point where you're like, oh, that all made sense because it actually led me to this. So Mind Body Organics specifically, they have built, first of all, they're amazing, just the two of them, Jeremy and Jessica, as far as just how kind they are and how much service that they bring to each one of us, and you feel like you can just call them literally at midnight if you had to. But what's amazing is they teach you the tools so that you don't have to. And so, and now they have built such a team, and so everything that they are doing, everyone that's with them is just part of that. And so it's like one big family where we all just come together and help each other be this duplicatable system. I'm going around and I'm setting up classes from, at libraries or yoga studios or vegetarian restaurants or even dry cleaners, friends and family and friends of friends and people that are sick. And this last weekend I was at convention for specifically, learning some of the business side of the company. And I learned that there is this lady who is going around and she's working with policemen and psychiatrists and things, and just helping them just like get into a more natural, side of healing. And so it's like it's new. It's like it's just bursting at the seams for all this information to be for everyone. And there are no limits. I mean, anybody and everybody should actually be using them, because the actual word doTERRA is from the earth. And so these plants and flowers and the things that are growing for us are, they're giving us these essential oils that are exactly what the oils are. Okay, so the oils themselves that are being produced are to protect the plant from the diseases. So it's literally the same thing for humans. And so these are like the gift from the ground to start using on an everyday, just everyday usage. So for example, I really like when I first got started, and I just was really just getting to know the oils and not really like selling, but more just using them. And one day I had eucalyptus going in my diffuser, and my nephew came over, and he came up to me like 30 minutes later, and he said, Natalie, what was in the little thing in the kitchen? Because I couldn't breathe all week, and I just put my face over it, and now I can breathe. I don't know what it is, but I want some. And I was like, whoa, that's amazing. Like, are you serious? And he goes, yeah, like I literally couldn't breathe. So it just kind of starts with like these little testimonials that turn into bigger ones. I have another testimonial of a friend, and I can say this because she's my friend and she is working with me now, and she's been in pain literally for 20 years, and she's been getting all types of treatment like acupuncture and things like that, and she's actually learned acupuncture herself. And I brought in the deep blue and the copaiba, and she put it on, and she literally said, I want some, and I haven't had pain relief in my shoulder for 20 years, and I don't feel anything right now. And literally, it just like, she was like, I want some, give it to me. And so then it's really just it's word of mouth, and it's amazing because the oils actually speak for themselves. And it's really amazing to work with a product that you don't have to be selling. And it's like, I am sharing something that is amazing. So it's not hard to share something that's amazing, right? And so if it were something that's a little bit shady, or that just isn't quite right. And so like I've always wanted to help people. And my husband and I actually used to own a wine shop. And it was really weird because after 9 years, we had fun selling the organic. I had fun selling the organic wine and the organic vodka or whatever, but really I didn't feel good about like the people that were coming in every day buying, a 2-gallon of, vodka, because it just made me feel like I was being a part of the problem, and I didn't want to be a part of that. And I wanted to be a part of something that I can be proud of. And how can I not be proud of a plant that is creating an essential oil that is made for us?